Hey there, I'm Zach, and when I left you last time, my roommate Adriana had kicked out her ex-fiancé, Michael. That would have been great news, considering the huge crush I have on her. Except my best friend Melody, who came up with a dumb plan to make Adriana jealous, arrived and threw herself at me. Let's just say that the jealousy angle worked a little too well. So here I am, my crush is furious, and my best friend doesn't know why there's a fight going on. This is just a misunderstanding. I tried to reassure Adriana again. She rolled her eyes and muttered something in Spanish. I'm really sorry for interfering, Melody said. But what's happening right now? Like, seriously. I thought you had a fiancé anyway. What's the biggie? Adriana picked up the mugs from the table angrily. I don't have a fiancé. I have an ex-fiancé who turned up unannounced and unwelcomed. And what does it matter to you anyway? You're a happy couple now, aren't you? No. I took the mugs from Adriana and grabbed her hands. I was just really surprised yesterday. I told you. There's nothing going on. We decided to be friends. Right, Melody? Melody looked wide-eyed at being put on the spot, but nodded frantically. Yeah, totally. She laughed awkwardly. Actually, this was just a silly idea I had. You know, make you a little jealous, help Zach out. It wasn't serious. Like you. No, we are totally on the same page. Best friends forever, and that's all. Adriana bit her lip and nodded, but didn't say anything, taking back the cups to wash them in the sink. I shot a panicked look at Melody, who raised her hands up in universal gesture to say something. Anything. But I had no idea what to do. She pulled a face at me and followed Adriana over to the kitchen. It's crazy that your ex came here. That must have been really emotional, Melody said. Not great, no, Adriana agreed. She paused, rinsing the mugs and sighed. You know, you seem like a pretty good friend. We should go out sometime if you want to. Well, that would be awesome, Melody grinned. She looked back at me and I mouthed, What now? Anyway, I'll leave you two alone now. She backed away from Adriana and I rushed her out of the door. Sorry, she whispered as she left. It's not your fault. I shrugged and closed the door, wondering what to do next. Fortunately, I didn't have to wonder for long. We should go for a walk, Adriana announced. I'm tired of being stuck inside. It's a nice day. You want to go? Yeah. I nodded, maybe a little too eagerly. She went to dress and I sat nervously, playing on my phone without really looking at what I was doing. Ready to go? Adriana had changed into some casual clothes and looked great. The tired bags under her eyes were gone, and she had some of that energy which was so unique to her back. Sure, so where are we going? I asked, following her out of our apartment and down onto the street. I went to head towards our cars when she stopped me. Let's just walk. And I think I want ice cream for breakfast, she said. I tried to make small talk a couple of times, but Adriana, who could usually hold a full conversation by herself, was quiet. She stopped very suddenly as we passed a park near the ice cream place and stared at some of the people out enjoying the nice weather. You seem a little tense, I nudged, trying to figure out the awkwardness. She started to say something and stopped herself. I waited, nervous for what was coming. I'd been an ass about Michael, I knew that. Maybe she was going to tell me she was moving out. It felt like an axe was about to fall, and I rubbed my sweating palms on my pants. Zach? Adriana took a deep breath. When she spoke again, it was like the words were trying to escape as fast as they could. I really like you. I froze up like a deer in headlights on a dark road. Of all the things I'd expected her to say, a confession wasn't what I thought at all. She bit her lip and looked up at me while my mouth gaped. I stammered. You don't have to say anything back. Adriana stopped me. I just thought it was important to tell you. Really tell you. The last few weeks have been so crazy. And then Melody turned up. And Michael. Hi, Michael. What a disaster. And I realized this morning, what if I just never get a chance to say it? So, I like you. Not like a brother? I had to ask, even though it was totally stupid. She rolled her eyes at me and shook her head. Not like a brother. Oh. I was quiet for a second, my heart pounding so hard in my chest that I kind of worried I was going to pass out. She huffed and began to walk again. Wait! What was wrong with me? I'd nearly blown the moment. Wait, Adriana! I really like you too. I kind of have for a while, actually. Adriana bit her lip and smiled, almost looking shy. And, well, I sucked in a breath. Maybe we should try it out. Really dating and being a couple. Her shy smile blossomed. I'd like that. Great! That's wow! That's great! I knew I was wearing a stupid grin, and worse, I could see one of the kids from my class in the park nearby with their phone out. No doubt this too would hit the rumor mill within minutes. The thing was, I just didn't care. Adriana liked me. So, ice cream to celebrate? I said, and had a sudden idea. Is this our first date? No way. Adriana laughed and pushed me over towards the shop. This is just a walk. Wait, does that mean that last night with the candles and the tacos? I asked teasingly. Adriana blushed and pointed to the chocolate fudge flavor, refusing to confirm or deny that she'd been aiming to create a confession atmosphere before Michael got in the way. I grabbed a cone topped with mint marshmallow and whispered, flirting with tacos, low blow. We walked back towards the apartment laughing, the awkwardness on the way to the ice cream place long gone. Adriana told me a crazy story about her and her cousin getting chased by a baby rattlesnake when they were kids, and I laughed so much there was almost another embarrassing choking incident when I inhaled a breath of ice cream. Adriana frantically patted me on the back. You and food accident, Zach. Were you cursed by a chef when you were a kid? She said. You have no idea. I coughed. I didn't tell you about Melody yet, right? The picnic? Well, there are some pants that are more grape juice than pants anymore in our trash right now. Yeah, even the juice is attacked this time. No, Adriana laughed. But see, more evidence. Maybe in your past life you did terrible food-related crimes and now karma is out to get you. I'm okay with that karma, I said and wrapped her hand in mine. I met you, didn't I? And okay, it was a cheesy thing to say. But I can honestly tell you that Adriana looked at me like I was the most amazing person in the world at that moment. And all I could think about was what I could do to keep her looking at me like that. Forever. I'm glad I stopped here, she replied as she finished off her cone. This place, I think it's exactly what I was looking for. And I didn't even really know it. Does that sound crazy? I shook my head. We were pretty much home, but I found myself sad that this particular moment was going to be over. We should do this every day, I said. Eat ice cream for breakfast? It sounds delicious, but I don't know if my doctor would be happy, or my hips. And my mother would never be allowed to find out. I'd be hearing about it forever, Adriana replied, digging the keys out of her purse. It's the curse of being an adult. Old enough to pick your own food, also old enough to know ice cream for breakfast is a bad idea, I joked as we walked in. But no, I meant the walk. We should do that. Yeah. The loud trill of Adriana's phone sounded as she washed the ice cream residue off her hands. She answered it, still smiling at me as she leaned against the counter. Then slowly, the smile faded and she turned very serious. Dad, what? She listened intently. Oh, okay. What do you need? Maybe a day or two? Okay. Tell Sophia I'll call her later. Yes, I love you too. See you soon, Dad. Love you. Bye. Adriana's face was ashen when she put the phone down. Adriana? I asked. She looked totally distraught. My mother. She collapsed onto the couch. She's sick. Really sick. My dad says I need to come home straight away. They don't know how much longer she has. My stomach dropped. I'm so sorry, I stuttered. I sat next to her on the couch, and she threw herself into my arms. What do you need, and how can I help? She shook her head and sobbed softly for a little while, and I did my best to comfort her as much as I could. When she eventually calmed down, her eyes were red and swollen. Can I get you a drink? Tea, maybe? I offered. She sniffed and nodded. There was a wet patch on my shirt that I ignored as I made the tea. I need to check tickets. I know flying right now is risky, but I don't know if I can drive more than a day like this, she said when I handed her the tea. Where are you heading? Texas, right? I realized that although Adriana talked about her family a lot and mentioned Texas every now and then, I didn't know exactly where she was trying to get to. Near Amarillo, she said, skimming her phone for upcoming flights. I'll have to fly from Bakersfield, right? Hi. These flights. I nodded, but my mind was already turning. Classes had finished up for the summer now, and I had a lot of free time on my hands. If Adriana needed someone to lean on, why couldn't it be me? I could drive you, I offered instinctively. Adriana bit her lip. Really? Yeah, why not? I said. It isn't safe to fly, and if your mom is already sick, you don't want to get exposed to anything. I can drive you, and we'll just be careful on the way. It's a big favor, Zach, she replied, but I could see that she was already considering it.